James Kirkland here with politically incorrect news. As the battle
for Yekaterinburg draws to a close, it looks like the 60-year-old stalemate will still be held in the war between the Empire and the Social Union. Because of the strenuous difficulty the war is having on the Russian people, the USJR has had problems with controlling the critics of this war. So, a new law has been passed by General Secretary Bernie Sanders, making it completely illegal to talk, speak, write, or even whistle in fear of triggering any supporters of the war efforts. This law is to be effective immediately. The Committee for Social Justice has already sent agents to enforce this law.
Even though Bernie Sanders...
Hey, Dren! I just ordered a pepperoni pizza! Once the delivery guy comes, let him know I'll be down here recording my final Undertale review.
Yeah, okay.
Most excellent.
The United States will remain unaffiliated with the war.
Where is the Forsaken Time Lord?
Timey? Yeah, he's down the hall to the left. If you see the room with the Android 18 body pillows, you've gone too far.
And that is why Undertale is the worst game I have literally played in my entire life.
Hey, you! Man who is white.
Wait, I know that voice.
Say anything racist tonight? Ah!
What? Where am I?
Oi, chap, do you not know where you're at? That's rich.
Ha ha ha. Very funny. You should be a comedian.
A comedian? I was a comedian. Until the social secret police said I had committed microaggressions against trannies and furries. Now I'm being sent... here.
Here?
You really don't know where you are, do you? You're in for a ride then. Because we're going to the 117th Circle of Hell, where sanity and liberty have no place. You're in the United Social Justice Republic.
Social justice warriors? I thought they only operated in the Soviet Union.
Yeah, they did. But their infiltration system's gotten better over the years. Now they're trying to spread their justice to the privileged around the world.
Well, that's gay. I'll go and try to reason with these savages.
Listen and understand. These are social justice warriors. They can't be bargained with. They can't be reasoned with. They don't feel remorse or pity or fear. And they will never stop until you are dead.
Oh my god, you killed him!
Social correction number 24601.
Objectifying emotions is sexist and stimulates the patriarchy. Punishment for this crime is dealt with pillows of death.
You know, chap, you should probably get that bump on your head fixed.
Which bump on my head?
This one. That was easy. I've jumped worse. Die, you call me gay bastards! Die! Fucking faggots! That's it, oppress this, snowflakes! Jeez, oh man, that was quite a fall. Where am I?
Howdy, I'm Flowey the Flower. You're new to the underground, ain't ya? Golly, you must be so... Wait, it's just little old... Oh my god, you killed him!
Oh, thank God. That saves on dialogue, time, and character development. Alright, now I assume that the Reds burnt my footage for the Undertale review, so I'm going to try to review the game as I try to escape from this literal hellhole.
Oh boy, here we go, Undertale, the critically acclaimed pixel game from 2015. So critically praised, it has a solid, perfect score on both Steam and the deceptive IGN.
However, is it actually flawless? What makes this game so beloved? And is Milk actually racist? Well, I don't know the answer, but I'm sure you do. Let's jump in to Toby Fox's Undertale!
The game starts you off as a new trans fourth trimester transsexual angst profile Zeta-8 genderqueer pseudotyped reformed non-binary heteromollusk, falling down a hole into the world of monsters, who are trapped there with pseudo-magic because, well, humans kinda have beef with monsters. But that is explained later on when it is revealed that the only way to break this lock-in chain is using the souls of 7 children.
Despite the fact that the monsters could have easily left the same way you or those 7 other children fell in, they insist on going through the big, shiny, black, pixelated door.
The story's overarching conflict is continuously muddled by the frequent introduction of other characters and their problems. Undertale's story is very much like a cluster of smaller anecdotes connected by a flimsy thread of trying to open a literal door between monsters and humans. This message the game is trying to convey is massively convoluted and does not take the time to take itself seriously. Furthermore, there is this false premise that there is only one particular way to play Undertale, and it is by going through the entire game without killing any monsters whatsoever. It is wrong to be told that you are playing a game, something meant for entertainment, wrongly.
A game is meant for you to create your own adventures, your own experience, your own glory, not live someone else's. The story of the game is like Five Nights at Freddy's. It's too cryptic to form a valid opinion without going into any outside sources. And if a game's story is indeed told well, it should be able to stand on its own hind legs without having the support beams from forums and unofficial wikis. Be that as it may, the same cannot be said about the graphics. Art, just like math, is objective. Sure, you can give art funny names like modern art or cubism, but putting a name tag on a garbage can does not change the garbage inside of the garbage can, for it's still, well, garbage. Just like the graphics seen here.
Oh, God.
The graphics are subpar. Imagine that generic Tumblr try-hard artsy hipster style that everyone has seen about a million times on art sites, mixed with 8-bit sprites. Even the 8-bit sprites aren't any good. They lack in detail and color and relies heavily on 80s retro nostalgia. It's not very good to look at, and it's even more nauseating playing through it. Though one may make the argument that pixel art can only be so detailed, I argue this. Shovel Knight was another pixel game that came out in 2014, and even though, like Undertale, it relies on nostalgia, Shovel Knight introduced a whole new realm of artistic eye candy, taking advantage of today's hardware while still giving us something familiar, keeping the old while still introducing something new. Undertale, however, is not. The art style is too simplistic and is out of place. It's trying to take a serious tone with its cutesy sprites, and it's simply not working. In most cases, it's clearly not fitting in with the tone of the scene at hand. And speaking of taking advantage of today's hardware, the game requires insane system requirements to run for an 8-bit game made in GameMaker Studio, an engine typically used by college summer programs that your mother signs you up for, so she doesn't have to deal with your whining, screaming, or bitching that somebody did not like your Sonic original character on DeviantArt. At the lowest possible setting, they recommend 2 GB of RAM and a 128 graphics card. Crisis, a game with much higher graphics and detail, made in literally 2007 at its maximum requirements, is 2 GB of RAM. However, Undertale's max is 3 GB. Never mind all that when you realize that when starting Undertale, the game extracts itself and later deletes itself afterwards. This is a piss-water poor way of executing a game. Literally, and I mean it is literally at the same level of insanity as the Titanfall audiophiles incident. The music is generic, original, but generic. The only thing memorable are the battle themes, though the music during the long walk to Asgore is phenomenal, and I understand what Mr. Fox was trying to do here, which was trying to create some tension before the final boss. I do not think it worked out as well as he would have wanted. Think of it this way. Remove the music, and what is this section? A boring stroll with exposition thrown in by a literal talking flower. The game has been praised for its originality. However, its core backbone of giving an enemy mercy is not original. A game series named Shin Megami Tensei has accomplished this playstyle back in 1992 AD, not to get confused with the one made in 1992 BC, that's for another review. One of the functions of the game is the ability to negotiate with the demons and sparing their lives from death, along with letting them join your team. What? This also allows you the functionality of them giving you items and or in-game currency. The battle system is dull. It's just moving a literal heart around, making sure it doesn't get hit by anything whatsoever.
Oh my god, it's so freaking hard I could kill myself!
Yet, with this being said, the massively insane and idiotic random encounters are reminiscent of the battles played on Earthbound. You know what? In fact, the whole world is a bootleg of Earthbound. The way Undertale does its battle systems is all Shin Megami Tensei, and so do the alignment endings. Even the creator, literally, the creator himself admitted that he took a lot of inspiration from these games. Yet, the obsessive special snowflakes refuse to acknowledge the fact that these are blatant rip-offs of the series they got their inspiration from. And the community, oh my god, please don't get me started on the community. There's an old saying that if you want to know the character of the parents, just look at the kids. Well, let's take a look at the character of Undertale by looking at its kids, aka the entire Undertale fandom as a whole. Just look at this. Oh my god, who would even write that? Who would even draw this? Why? What am I looking at? Oh my god, the radiation meters are going insane. What?
This is not okay. This needs to stop now. This is cancer. This is so much cancer that I can feel the tumors growing on my back. And it's way down heavy on me, and it's not okay.
This is the worst concentrated form of cancer I have ever seen since the Slender Man days. It hasn't been this bad in years, and this is just terrible. It's embarrassing. It just hurts looking at this. I have played many games before in my life, ranging from Civilization 2 to Battlefield 4, and I can guarantee you that having these games exist, having an entire team of people dedicated to creating the highest quality content out there, and then seeing this game literally get a perfect score across the board, undeservingly like this, is sad and embarrassing. It is an embarrassment to game developers, and it's a sad embarrassment to players. Oh, and speaking of embarrassing, if you even dare touch Toby Fox's precious, perfect code in any way whatsoever, the game will literally call you a hacker. No joke, not joking here. If you're a modder and you try to modify a game that you spent your own money on, a game that you own, the game will forcibly not allow you to play it and tell you to reinstall it. This is unacceptable. This is not okay in many levels. Yes, I understand that the integrity of the game is compromised when you upload a mod to it, but having the game forcibly force you to play its raw, original, vanilla version and make it massively difficult for you to modify the game to have a more pleasurable experience is just sad. It's embarrassing. Why would anyone want this? Why would anyone approve of this? It makes no sense to me. It's an embarrassment to the hardworking modders that help mod games like Skyrim. These modders mod these games for free. They don't deserve to be ridiculed, and they don't deserve to be laughed at. And even look at this huge expansion mod to Fallout New Vegas. It's absolutely huge. It's stunning, and it's completely and totally fan-made and free. Undertale seems to be more like a mod to Earthbound than an actual independent game. Undertale is a weird, overhyped, cheap indie game with a bizarre and annoying community. Ah, finally, the exit. I can now escape this place and go back to Sith posting with my friends.
Freeze, Time Lord. We have you surrounded, or at least from this side. You're under arrest for defaming our game, spreading pro-patriarchal propaganda, assuming our genders, and for being born a straight white male, you cis scum. White people are genetic defects that should be wiped out. Furthermore, you killed all of these innocent, non-binary monsters. That makes you a monster. You are hereby sentenced as evil, and shall be treated as such.
Okay, another stupid thing about this game. If you kill a monster, a literal monster, in self-defense, that shouldn't mean that you're automatically evil. If a gangster breaks into your house and threatens the lives of you and the ones you love, and you shoot the guy, that doesn't make you evil. It doesn't make you literally Lacy Green. And this game, when you treat it like a regular RPG, it punishes you for doing such things. It's just so unrealistic and idiotic. It'll never happen. It's so stupid. It's laughable. It will never happen. Or is it?
Oh, what the fuck is that? Open fire!